Welcome back to the channel, lads. It's episode 8 of our Blackburn Rovers career mode. We can all remember what happened in the last episode, right? Complete nightmare off the pitch in terms of a few of our players already signing pre-contract agreements with different teams. It's a little bit of a shame, but if we can also remember, we accepted an offer for Sigurdsson, one of our wingers, to Montpellier it was, I believe, for about, was it £2.5 million we accepted. Now that money is going to do us the world of good moving forward. He's not a player that I want to sell, but unfortunately, it's one of those things that happens, isn't it? We had to sell a player. We had to sacrifice a player. And unfortunately for us, it is one of our better players that we have had to sacrifice. But yeah, £2.5 million to Montpellier. And very quickly, I'm going to try and give a few players contracts, and whatever is left, we can invest either in signing a couple of or sending out a couple of youth scouts, and maybe if we have enough, and we will bring in one or two players, maybe on loans, free agents, maybe that would be able to help us from now to the end of the season. Oh my God, look at that. There's still so many players whose contracts are running out, but there's only, three of them maybe that I want to give new contracts. I don't mind Andres Weimann leaving. I know Hilton has left. He signed a pre-contract agreement to join Bearshot at the start of next season. Gilsonen, I'm looking to renew his contract. I think he can still do a decent job for us, especially with Sigurdsson leaving. Harry Leonard, we couldn't come to agreement with Leicester City, who tried to lowball us for the player worth £2 million, trying to get him for less than his market value. Don't get me wrong, I know he's got 5 months left on his contract, but come on, he's one of the top scorers in the championship. At least pay his market value. But yeah, they tried to lowball us, and we were having none of those. And Hedges and Dominic Hyam as well, two players that I'm looking to extend their contracts. My rationale to both players is that they're both 70 rated. They can both do a job for us from now to the end of the season. If we get promoted, they might just be good enough as rotation players in the Premier League. If we don't get promoted and we remain in the Championship, they both might be able to do a job for us next season. But if we then decide to sell them next season, they're two players that we can make about £2.5 million for, which for a club like Blackburn Rovers, £2.5 million, that is a lot of money. But let's start with who is probably our most important player this season, Harry Leonard. Let's discuss contract, mate. What I think I'll do is keep him on the same wages, or maybe give him a £50,000 signing on bonus and include a cheeky little goal bonus there for him of another £50,000. And I think he will accept this. I think, okay, they want a signing on bonus of 78k. They're happy with the 12.5k a week. I mean, the fact that we gave Doolan about 15k a week. Doolan is 72 rated. It makes sense that we give him less than Doolan. But yeah, that's the first player sorted. I tell you what, him and his agents are trying to hold us to ransom here. But 14k and £80,000 a week. Okay, 18k and 105k in signing on bonus. I want him to come down on his wages. You've got to help us here, please, mate. You have got to help us here. I'm not willing to go more than 15k. I don't mind giving you an. Oh my God, he's going to reject this, isn't he? He's going to reject. So you know what? We will keep you for the 18k. We will just keep you for that amount, just so we can tidy up the rest of the other players as well. But that, in my opinion, 18k for him is a little bit too much money. Whilst we are at it here, I'm just gonna terminate Baker's contract. For that amount of money, he's not doing enough for us. Ain't no need keeping him here. He's not playing a lot of games. I was going to terminate his contract. I was going to terminate his loan back to Stoke City at the start of the season, or the start of the January transfer window, but we didn't have enough money to do that. But up next is Hedges. Wow, that's interesting. He wants squad rotation player. I wonder why, considering Leonard requested for important role and he's only 67 rated, and Dominic Hyam also requested for important role. But I don't want to give him 2 years. Let's just do the 1 year extension. It's so difficult to click on these or to go through these contracts this year. For some reason, you have to click the button about 50 times for it to respond to that, but no release clause. Oh my God, it's so difficult. And let's see, in terms of wages, I'm probably again going to try and reduce his wages to 15K so he can tell me what he wants. 18K, 105K in signing on bonus, and 85K in appearance bonuses. I'm just gonna do the deal just to not waste too much time here. But those are the three players that I wanted their contracts sorted out, and we have gone on to do it at the very start of today's episode. So that's good. And Gilson, and I'll come back to, he's 21 years of age, so there's no rush in doing that right now. The likes of McFadden, the likes of Andres Weimann, Danny Bath, and all of them, I don't mind them leaving on a free at the start of next season. They're not good enough for this season, and they're definitely not going to be good enough for next season. And sometimes you just need to be ruthless. Okay, so these are the games we've got lined up then to finish the month of January. We've got Oxford up next, Coventry, and we've got an away game there against Bristol City, and we might just squeeze in the game against Preston North End on the 1st of February. I mean, that will depend on how busy we get in the remaining couple of weeks of the January transfer window. I don't expect it to be too busy. I don't think we've got enough money to be too busy, but in terms of outgoings, we don't know what's going to happen just yet. Going into this one against Oxford, I have experimented. Let's call it experimenting. I have made some questionable sort of decisions here. Tronstad have started as the left-sided centre back, but I've got to do this though. I know what you're thinking, Vincent. Come on, son. You are in a title race. You are 2 points clear of Luton Town. You are top of the league. This is potentially not the best time to be doing this in an away game against Oxford. But I mean, if you look at the left back position, we've only got Pickering with Owens being is it Owens that was recalled by he was recalled by Liverpool, wasn't he? And we have got Scott Wharton injured as well, which means we pretty much only have Dominic Hyam and M. Carter as our two centre backs. And that means I have to play a player in that position in case, or I have to see which player can play in that position. Other than being 5'9", I don't see why he can't. I mean, that's a big thing, isn't it, in terms of being a centre back, your height. But I can't see any other reason why he can't play that position for us, as Tyrese Dolan gets our first goal of the game. I mean, I think I might have called him Dolan again earlier on. But yeah, it'll take some time to get used to that. But someone in the comment, Tcon633, corrected me on how you pronounce his name, which thank you for that. And moving forward, I'll try and get it right. We need to get the second here, don't we? At 1-0. At 1-0, there is a chance that we might still go on to drop points. But Harry Leonard makes it 2 for us on the back of signing a new contract. He's got the second just before he was substituted as well, getting that second goal, and it looks like it's game over here for Oxford United. I don't see them coming back from this one. But they have pulled one back with about 15 minutes to go. Come on, can we get the third? Oh, what a finish from Tronstad. He moved into that midfield position in the second half, and maybe he's shown us why that is his position, centre midfielder, because from time to time he can get goals like that. But anyway, it's a 3-1 victory away from home. The sort of position where we are at the moment, top of the league, every win or every point, every 3 points matters for us. Another great performance. Oh, we're just never going to be able to sell him, are we? We're not going to be able to get rid of him. 56 rated Leo Duro, who is on 9K a week. The teams that are going to want to sign him, and they're not going to pay 9K a week. This is what I'm talking about. Ridiculous contracts that some of these young players are. I don't think he's ever played a game for us this season. But anyway, I'm just going to accept both offers there for Graza AK and Lingby BK as well. Both offers have been accepted. I'm pretty sure he's gonna reject the contract again. But we have got Piers, our starting goalkeeper, who's wanting him, and Widzu Cods. that would be a Polish team, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to reject that. We don't want to sell him. And for Dominic Hyam, who we have just given a new contract, decent offers from both Rangers and Genoa. But yeah, we have just given him a new contract. It makes no sense signing him. Yeah, I know we signed Sigurdsson after giving him contracts not long before, but we had to do that deal, really. We had to do the Sigurdsson one, but this is a deal that we don't have to do. I'm going to reject that one as well from Rangers. I'm going to reject future offers for the remainder of the season as well. Goddard, we have accepted an offer here. He's still negotiating contracts with NAC Breda. I'm hoping that deal goes through. If the deal goes through, it means we might just have enough money to be able to bring in maybe a free agent, one player on loan, or maybe one permanent signing. We will see what happens. But for now, we have got an away game, or a home game actually, at Ewood Park against Coventry. Look at that, the excitement from the fans at Ewood Park, and rightly so. In the last few years, I don't think Blackburn Rovers have found themselves in this sort of position at this stage of the season, fighting for that league title, fighting for promotion, fighting for automatic promotion, I should say. But it is a very strong starting 11 that we have gone with. The likes of Hedges, who of course signed a new contract recently. Tyrese Dolan starts as well. They've got Haji Wright starting up front for them, the American. It's a tough game, Coventry. It's a really tough game. It's a tough team to face. I mean, it's probably Blackburn Rovers' worst performance this season when we faced them in real life in the reverse fixture, which was Coventry being the home side, completely dominated. Not in terms of possession, but in terms of shots, chances created, it was all Coventry on the day. Let's get close. From playing them the last time, I remember they like to go out wide and they fancy putting crosses in the box a lot. So that's something we have to watch out for, as Thomas Asante completely skipped past his man there. But good tackle, though. That last-ditch interception from, it might have been Carter, that have almost kept us in this game. He's Dolan in possession. I need the overlapping run. I don't get it. But Dolan is going to try to do it all on his own. Off targets from Matagay. That's one of the reasons I like to play him in certain games. The fact that if you put a cross in the box like this, tell you what, probably more than 60% of the time, he's going to win you that header. He's a big lad, isn't he? He's a big lad, Matagay. I'm quite sure how tall he is, but certainly maybe taller than 6'2", if I'm not mistaken. We win the defensive header again on the break here. Hedges, Gay's going to hold that one. We need support. Here's Hedges, first time shot. Oh, what a goal. The players that have signed a new contract they're just scoring goals right now. First is Leonard in our last game, and now it is Hedges. That was a lovely finish, wasn't it? First time as well. To sort out his feet there, I thought it was impressive. I thought he was going to go for that with his left foot, but he's actually somehow managed to adjust and go for it with his stronger right foot. Come on, they're a good team from crosses. It's come short, Thomas Asante. For some reason, he's an attacking player. I always like the attacking players in the box from set-piece scenarios like this. Oh my God, look, so much space here for Rudoni. Oh, what a defending. What a defending there, Dominic Hyam. He hasn't put a foot wrong in this game. Our two centre-backs, Dominic Hyam and is it Haley Carter, I believe? I'm not quite sure what Carter's first name is. Just when I go to praise them, we have conceded a goal. Just when you go to praise them and they let you down. That defending, it just wasn't good enough, was it? How easy was it for Rudoni to skip past the defender there? Good defending. Oh, I almost gave the ball away to Haji Wright, who is not helping the defense at all. They've just got him staying forward. It's Dolan again. He's skip past a couple, and oh my God, is he in form right now? Back-to-back goals for him. I didn't expect him to go that far. I was a little bit surprised how easy it was him to skip past the defense. Look at this. I like the fact that I like smaller players like this with that, close control, low center of gravity. Now you can think about a lot of them, right? Lionel Messi, Eden Hazard. I'm not comparing him to those two players, of course, but that low center of gravity, it just makes it easier for you to go on and do something like that. And he's a player that I want to keep here for a long time. Barkley, we could maybe get the third here, 68 minutes. I will feel more comfortable if we go on to get the third. Swansea have taken the lead in a game there against Sheffield United. Oh, the shots blocked. We've been the better side here. We have been the better side here in the second half, but we might see some substitutions here just before the corner. Right, Tronstead and Leonard replacing Buckley and Matt Tagay for the remaining 20 minutes of this game. I need a left footer. When did Buckley get injured? I hope it's not too serious, but when did he get himself injured? I can't remember him getting injured in this game. Come on, closing down. That's one thing he's good at, Ohashi. That high press, winning the ball back for us high up the pitch. Not on that occasion, though. As Coventry make their way to is it Sakamoto, their right winger. It's Haji right now. He's got pace. We know that. He's got a lot of pace. It's side netting. So much pace he's got. Cantwell replaces Tyrese Dolan here, or Doolan. I will have to get used to that, don't I? I will have to get used to that name. I have, oh, that's a yellow card. Surely if the referee decides to stop it, it's going to be a yellow card. For so long, I've been calling him Tyrese Doolan. I'm going to have to get used to saying Tyrese Dolan. I just have to keep reminding myself all the time. I don't like getting players' name wrong. It's not, especially the team that you're managing as well. You want to get the names right. It just makes it nice to see, doesn't it? Good defending. Leonard just not doing enough to keep hold of that ball. But this will end as a 2-1 victory for us any second from now. It's back-to-back victories. I can't remember the last time we lost a game. All through the month of this January so far, I don't think we've lost a game in January, which, considering some of the teams we have played, it's impressive. Wow, Bristol City are struggling right now, and they're 21st in the league table. They're much better than that. They're really, really much better than that. I think that is Felix Goddard, who has completed his move to NAC Breda. I believe the Dutch side, £230,000. That is not a lot of money, but for us right now, every little penny that we can get, it actually does matter. And I know what you're thinking. When are you going to make some signings? I promise you, we will make at least one signing in this January transfer window. We're still broke. We've got about £2 million left in our transfer budget. I don't want to use the full £2 million just because I'm trying to save some of them just in case we need to give our contract, promote some youth academy players, or maybe send out our youth scouts again and before the end of the season. But let's take a look. I am scouting some players right now, which in the next sort of few days, we should get their final scout report. I want to bring in a left back. We have lost Owen Becks back to Liverpool. Talking about Liverpool, we have got Tyler Morton here, who is 73 rated, but market value of £5.5 million. That is not a deal that we can do this season. It was really good for Hull City last season in the Championship, by the way. It was really, really good for them. And I'm surprised he hasn't gone out on loan this season, playing for the Liverpool under-21s as things stands at the point of recording this video. We've got the likes of Harry Amas, one of the left-backs that I'm looking at. This would be a loan deal. It would depend, if we have to do this deal, it would depend on his current wage at Manchester United. Although we'll be looking to pay about 40 or 50% of that, but it will depend on how much he's earning right now. And we've got Jamal Lewis, who is now a free agent. He was on loan at Watford last season. He played a lot of games for them. What happened to him, by the way? What happened to Jamal Lewis? He was such a bright prospect, in the Championship season for Norwich and when they were promoted to the Premier League. Him, Todd Cantwell, and what's the name of the right back? Is it Max Aarons? All three players was really good for Norwich that season, even though they got relegated. But we've also got Joshua Wilson-Embran, Manchester City. Again, this sort of deal, if we have to do a loan deal, will depend on his current wages at Manchester City. We've got Nico O'Reilly, who's still being scouted as well. I don't think he's a player that we're going to be signing, but it will be nice. I'm interested to see what his final scout reports come back as. But one of the players, one of my main targets, if we can pull this one off, is Kwame Poku. He's a really good player, especially for Peterborough in that League One. It's a step up for him, moving up from League One to the Championship. But this is the sort of deal we want to do. He's young, he's 70 rated, he's 5'10". His strength needs to get better, but that's something we can work on. He's okay as well, and his physicals, oh my god, are just amazing. But that is probably my main focus right now. I've got two players in mind for a potential swap deal. The question is, will they accept it? One of them is Ohashi. But before I use Ohashi, there's one other player that I've got in mind, and it's Andrzej Weimann, who has got 5 months left on his contract. I'm not going to be renewing that contract. He's worth a fair bit of money there, £800,000. We could do that and maybe give them about £1.2 million to begin the offer. Oh my God, they do not want him. They want more than his market value, as well as a 20% sell-on clause, bringing that down to, let's say, 10% sell-on clause. And maybe this time we will swap deal again, and we will try Ohashi. Don't get me wrong, he's a decent striker, but he's just not done it for us this season, if you know what I mean. And we're going to go on and propose again, and let's go for the £1.2 million. And they could walk away here. They could find us really, really insulting and decide to walk away. I hope they don't. It's so difficult, for some reason, you have to press the button so many times. But let's see. We need a little bit of time to consider this offer. They're probably going to come back with some crazy amount again that we can't afford to pay. We did try, though. We did try. The main focus is a left back. And once we bring in a left back, whether that is Harry Ammers, whether that's the free agent, Jamal Lewis, whatever happens, we're not going to be paying a transfer fee for a left back. So that's fine. And we can see whether we can go back for Poku. It'll probably take a few days for Peterborough to come back to us regarding that one. You saw how shocked I was a few minutes ago to find out Bristol City are, 21st on the league table. They're much better than that suggests, honestly. I think there's some, gems in this team, the likes of Jason Knight, box to box, so much energy. They've got Scott Swine, is it, that they have signed from Burnley as well. And they've got some decent pair of centre-backs there, the likes of Atkinson, who I believe starts this game for them, as Harry Leonard wins possession high up the pitch very early. This is something we want to do more often, by the way. Winning the ball high up the pitch, it makes it a lot easier for you. You don't have to do too much to go on and get a goal, as we move the ball quite well there. Dolan with a shot on target. Crane is going to whip this one in. Left foot. Oh, it's Hayden Carter, I believe. I'm still not sure what his first name is, but I think, I'm 70% sure it's Hayden Carter. And he jumps up high there with a bullet header. I think he's headed that one to the ground. It makes it easier when they do that. You head it to the ground. It causes confusion for the keeper. It's a good start here, It's a really good start. I said all through January, we haven't lost a game. And judging by how this game is going right now, as Mayulu trying to power his way forward there. Judging by how this game is going right now, I don't think we will be losing this one either. Or maybe have I spoken too soon? Excellent save there by Piers in goal, I believe, and it's Scott Swine. And with the shot on target, we had a similar we scored our goal in a similar way. Shot on target, saved, corner, and we scored from it. Could it be a repeat there? Another save from Piers. Gilson in. Come on, where is the runners? Where are players busting your guts to get into the box for them to receive a pass? I'm not seeing a lot of that in this game. It's almost like we scored a goal and we've gone to a relaxing mode to finish the rest of this one. If we continue playing like this, they are going to get the equalizer as Jason Knight replaces is it Hirakwa he's called? Is a new signing for them, isn't he? I can't remember that name last season. It might be wrong though, but I think it's a new signing. Atkinson gets up high there, but the shot is off target. They have been a little unlucky here, I've got to say. If they play like this for the remainder of the season, how's that a free kick, man? If they play like that for the remainder of the season, I don't think they're gonna get relegated. They are in the relegation places right now, but they have been really good in this game. Just unlucky to score. There's our substitutions. We've got Gay and Gilsonen, all players here. Gay is coming on to replace Leonard, and a few other substitutions there. And Max Baird replacing Earthy as well. I'm not quite sure the reason for that substitution for Bristol City. Earthy is more of a centre attacking midfielder, isn't he? And Max Baird is more of a box-to-box CDM. So that substitution doesn't make too much sense. But here is Max again with a lovely finish off the break from a Bristol City corner. And we have scored a couple of goals like this season. And I think we're almost at it reminds me of Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid team, and where you're almost at your strongest position to get a goal when an opponent is attacking you. I can, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh they've pulled one back, and it's Mayulu, their new signing this season. I can remember so many times that Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid team, and once you get a corner around them, it's almost certain that you will concede a goal from that corner, because as soon as the likes of Sergio Ramos, Pepe, or Sami Khedira wins that defensive header, or Casillas comes and collects it, the likes of Ronaldo, Benzema, Di Maria on the break, and they'll punish you. Just so, with the final few days left on the January transfer window, whether we can go ahead and send him out on loan. I should have done this as soon as we had the opportunity to do so, to be honest. Let's see if we can get him out on loan. He's 60 rated. I believe he's got a little bit of a potential. I actually give up now. We're trying to get these players to reduce their contract. It's never going to happen, is it? It's just never going to happen. I'm just going to give him exactly what he is on right now. He should accept that. That's a reasonable offer. That's done. Gilsonen. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. Add him to the loan list. Let's take a look at some of those scout reports then that has come back. I don't know if they are the final scout report or... Kwame Poku. £3 million from Peterborough might be enough to get this deal sorted. Okay, £3.25 million. And they still want the 20% sell-on clause, which is, again, more than we can afford right now. This is crazy, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to increase that to 25% sell-on clause, which is the maximum we can do. Oh my God, there's no point arguing over this deal. We can't do the deal. We can't do the deal. We don't have the money to do the deal. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and find some wingers that we can actually get, but we're still waiting for the final scout reports of the rest of these players. But yeah, let's see what happens. It's been a complete mess in terms of our preparations. We didn't scout players on time, and to be honest, that is probably because I didn't think we were going to have money to spend as we go into the transfer deadline day here. We've got some scout reports back, and the big one is Jamal Lewis. He's 70 rated. He looks good. Physical is good. Technicals are okay. I think he might just get a little better as well. But hear me out on this. He's going to demand important or crucial role, which means he's going to want to start every game. And that's not what I want. We've got Pickering, who's doing a really good job for us. What we want is someone who's going to come in and play, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 games, and he's going to be happy doing that. And hence, I'm leaning towards the younger right back here, Harry Amas. He's not made, his stats doesn't look too good, but he's not made an appearance for Manchester United just yet. And I think he's going to be happier, doing that role, playing 1 in 3, 1 in 4 games without complaining. And who knows, we're still in the FA Cup. He might go on to face Manchester United if we do sign him. And since we can't sign Poku, I've added three players here on my shortlist. Ross McCausland, I've got Romain Esse, and I've also got Douglas Nene. And I like Nene. I'm leaning towards Nene here. The fact that um he's a striker, but I think if we change his position to a right winger, that would suit him better, and that would also increase his overall as well. Just by changing his position from a striker to a right winger, he's quick. And the fact that what we do here is we play with more inside forward as opposed to your out and out winger, and that role I think would suit him a lot better. The fact that he's got that finishing, he's got the star on his finishing, and I don't think SA have that. SA have got the star on dribbling, and exactly the same as McCausland. The fact that I think is a better finisher from out wide than we need more of an inside forward and not your out and out winger, and hence I'm leaning towards Nene. Let's see what we can do with him here. Actually, it's not too bad. They're asking for just over £2.5 million, as well as a 20% sell-on clause. Again, the sell-on clause is not a big of an issue, although I want to keep it at 15, and I'm still going to go for that £1.5 million here. We've still got a little bit of negotiation to do. I'm not going to give them what they want, otherwise they could get our pants pulled down here. Let's try and get the lowest. Okay, £2 million and a 10% sell-on clause. Now we're talking. I'm going to do the 10% sell-on clause again, and I'm going to go 1.5 million. I want to try and get in close to the 1.5 million pounds. You know what? Okay, we will do 1.6, and we will bring the sell-on clause to 10%. We've only got a little bit of room for more negotiation here. 14%. £1.6 million. I'm happy with that. I'll do that deal. This is the part that I don't want to get wrong. I think 15k a week and £100,000 in signing on bonus, that should be enough to get this deal done. Yes, that's a reasonable offer. Maybe I've given him too much there in terms of wages, but this is what happens when you don't have a final scout report. 69 rated striker. Don't forget, I said the plan is to change his position to a wing. He's a 71 rated winger. I told you so. I told you so. 69 rated as a striker, but when we actually go on to change his position, he's a 71 rated winger. I think we've got a better deal here than actually the player that we initially tried to sign in Kwame Pope. Come on, Ten Hag. I know you've got the money. You give some ridiculous wages at that club. Let's go 30%, 50-50. Okay, I'm going to counter that, and I'm going to decide to pay 40%. They should accept 40%. We're not ready to pay such a high. Are you joking? Are you joking? Have they actually rejected this move? Have they actually rejected this move? Oh my God, that is actually ridiculous. That a club like Manchester United would not allow us to pay 40% of a young player's wages just for him to get game time. That is ridiculous. And you know what? I'm just going to go on and do the deal for the free agent here, Jamal Lewis. I only wanted to give him a 1 or 2 years contract, but I can't do that. But anyway, I'm happy. Well, it's not too. Look at that. But I don't have the money to give him those signing on bonus or appearances bonus. We do this deal, we're back to again not having any money. But the good news this time is we don't have contracts. We don't have any player that we wanna give contracts to. So I'm actually the only thing is we can't promote the youth academy players. But who knows? From now till we've got 10 hours left of transfer deadline day. We might actually get an offer, but it's not quite what he wants, but he's going to accept that. Of course he is. Otherwise, he's going to be without a club. But anyway, that's our second signing of second signing of the career mode, and the second signing of the January transfer window, right on time as well. He's 70 rated. I think he's gonna be really, really important for us from now till the remainder of the season. What happens if we do get promoted? I'm not quite sure. Is he going to be good enough for us in the Premier League? We will make that decision when we get there. Let's see. It's an A, of course. We haven't had to pay any money for him, just as we do it here at Blackburn Rovers. Decent signing, really, in my opinion. I would have preferred, though, to have gone for the younger Harry Amos, who wouldn't have troubled us for game time. There we go then. We have got the confirmation of Gilson in. I think he's joining Norwich City here on a short loan from now to the end of the season. One of the players that I wanted to, of course, send out on loan. I mean, usually or normally I wouldn't send him out to a team like Norwich just because I don't think he's going to get game time. But I think sending young players out on loan, it actually boosts their starting overall. So hopefully we can see him, go up by +1 or +2 overall just by going out on loan. I don't know if that glitch has been fixed anyway. I'm hoping it. I'm hoping it happens. It's much better than having him sit on the bench and not playing too many games for us. It's not been a bad January transfer window. We managed to loan out a couple of players, and this time is Bloxham heading out to. And that's actually Duru's been sold. I didn't think that would have gone through. That wasn't Duru that we saw walking out. That was Bloxham joining Nacional. But Duru have been sold as well. Now I did not think that was going to go through, considering his high wage that he's got for someone who is only, and that's the deal that went through then, considering his high wage for only being 56 overall. But you know what? I'm made up that we have managed to complete that deal. It just means we've got a little bit of money to be able to work with the young youth academy players if we wanted to promote them. Not a lot of money, 696k a week we have got, but that's enough to sort out in terms of contracts for youth academy players. But take a look at this. I rejected an offer for Joe Rankin Costello is our I don't want to say backup right back, but he provides competition to Callum Brittain. I think it's much better to be a backup. He does give us good competition for Callum Brittain for that right back position. And when we actually needed him, he stepped up in midfield. He's stepped up in the left back position as well. So he's a good player to have in the squad. So, and there's no way I would sell to Luton Town anyway, considering they're second in the league title right now, chasing us for automatic promotion and potentially win the league. But we've got 2 hours to go before the January transfer deadline day is over. I don't think we're going to be signing or completing any more deals moving forward. I'm just going to very quickly work on scout reports. The one that comes to mind straight away is changing Nene's position. And right now, he's a striker for us, and that's not the position that I've signed him to play. For that, I'm just going to change his position here to a right winger. It shouldn't take too long. It's only going to take a couple of weeks. And straight after that, we will have ourselves a 71 rated winger. But anyway, I didn't expect to do too much in the January transfer window. We've actually done a lot more than I thought we will be doing. For that reason, we won't be going into the Preston North End game in this episode. That would be in the next episode. But smash a like if you have enjoyed the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new to it. And in the next episode, we get to see some of these new players perform for us from now to the end of the season. I'm looking forward to that one.